What is up, you guys? It's your favorite cutie, Tati, and this is another installment of Talking with Tati. Thank you guys so much for joining me here every single day. I appreciate you guys being here. So today what I wanted to talk about was this clip that I saw on Instagram, right? Where this guy was explaining that, like, you know how they say there hasn't been a rap song on the top 40 in a minute or whatever. And, you know, that's a big deal because previously rap was the biggest genre, and the guy came on and basically said, well, it's not because the music is any better or worse. Basically, it's really just because the labels stopped putting money into them. So this conversation really just made me just feel so good, because I'm like, as an independent artist, I feel like it's so easy for you to compare and be like, oh my gosh, like, why aren't people interacting with my things? Why is it so hard for me to get people to want to listen to my music and blah, 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 whatever the excuse might be. Why can't I get to a bajillion streams on Spotify? You know what I'm saying? And to realize that labels literally pump millions of dollars into singles and things like that to make them what they are. The classics that we look up today, all the songs that went crazy, the songs of the summer, a lot of them, you know, were pushed very heavily. There are some cases where, like, you know, not rap necessarily, but there are some cases where, you know, you could get lucky on TikTok and like just keep being consistent, and one of your songs like goes and it helps you to get numbers up. But to think about how much capital it takes for you to really be in like a major space in the industry with music, it's so, I'm just gonna say it's discouraging. It's very discouraging. And I just feel like, for me personally, this is why I'm happy that I decided to take off like a music career off of a pedestal, because at the end of the day, like, there's so many people nowadays that want to do music, who want to be rappers, who want to be singers, people who maybe naturally would not even have been called to the art like years ago. But because of technology is advancing so much, and us having auto-tune and access to now chat GPT, some people use chat GPT to make songs and lyrics and rap. There's so many different avenues. It makes it so easy to make the entry level of music just so accessible to anybody, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's just like, if you had dreams of being like a super mega star, I feel like that is happening less and less. And I feel like it's going to happen even less as they're trying to roll out AI creators, AI singers, AI rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because then they're going to create the artist and they're just going to pump money into a visual. You know what I'm saying? A hologram. They don't have to worry about like flights and paying for clothes and all this different stuff. And at the end of the day, in America especially, our country is all about the money. So they're like, how can I make the most money? How can I make the most return without spending anything or the least possible? And I decided to take my self-worth as an artist out of my ability to make it big or to have a hit song. Now, would I love for that to happen? Absolutely. Universe, if you're listening to me, I would love to have a #1 on Billboard. But what I'm saying is, I had to take my value and my, like, I had to take that power back. I had to take it off of a pedestal. So for me personally, I'm not telling anybody to do what I did. But for me personally, I feel so much more empowered about music now that I have decided that I'm going to live well regardless. Meaning that, yes, I'm going to prioritize things that actually pay me. You know what I'm saying? It can be so difficult to get paid in the arts. There are people doing it, sure, but is it the majority of people doing arts? Let's be honest, no. You'll see people promoting, oh, you can make all this money off of that. That might be true for some people, but it's not case for the majority of artists out here. It's just not. If we take a survey, I'm pretty sure the average person who's going after music, they're spending way more on their music to create it, to promote it, than they're seeing back. And it's obvious. Like, these streaming platforms don't even pay us a penny per stream. And they're collecting these huge royalties and being able to invest in war weapons and all of that stuff off of our art, off of our investment. You know what I'm saying? So I just have to take my power back. I'm like, you know what, selfishly, that makes me feel really, really good to know that, you know, we don't have to put our worth and be like, oh, because my song didn't make it to blah, 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 because I didn't get, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel no type of way about it. Please, please, please. If you were anything like me, a lot of the time during my time, like really trying to do music, please do not compare yourself. Don't even compare yourself to a machine. If you want to do music, do it because you love it. Do it because it makes you smile. Do it because it gets you up in the morning and it gives you a reason to plan something beautiful and wake up and do makeup and outfit and blah, 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 and gives you something to sparkle about in this bland world, especially now with all of the hate and shit that's going on. Do it because of that. Do it because of the passion and the legacy of art that you want to leave behind and show that everybody that you were here. Do it because of that reason. Don't do it because you have this need to be anywhere other than where you are. And I would say that that is a good advice for anything, because the moment that you spend your life striving, always looking forward to something, the less you're enjoying the now, because you have no choice but to compare where you want to be to where you are now. And that, for me at least, created a very negative, like, just, it took all of the fun out of it. And I feel like that's why when I take breaks and I say I'm not doing something, it's because I don't want to do it if it's not fun. Like, but that's just me. There are other people who have different values, but for my value system, and for anybody who's been watching me do it and have any sort of thought or inspiration behind watching me go as long as I did and try my best, I just want you to know that you're good enough and you're enough already, and build a life that you are proud of today. And if nothing ever changed from this moment, build a life where you say, you know what, I love this life. I'm okay with this life. I accept this life. So then when you go to create art going forward, it's not coming from a mindset or a space of lack, or feeling like you don't have this, or feeling like I'm pouring everything, because never pour your everything into anything. Honestly, that's my philosophy, because it's just like when you think about dating, when you put that philosophy in anything else, how is that healthy? If you meet a new person tomorrow and then you guys start going and you give all of yourself to that person, what then do you have left for yourself? If you can't do something and keep something from yourself, that already shows you right there what kind of dynamic that is. It's not a healthy dynamic. It's not a fruitful dynamic, and it's draining. So I had to be like, hold up. And I had to change my whole life, what I was doing, my careers. People thought I was very successful doing other things. I had to stop that and listen to myself and say, what is a life that will make me happy? What will make me feel happy, secure? You know, what will make me be able to wake up with a smile on my face every single day? What kind of life is that? And I find myself now in a very beautiful life. And I'm very thankful, even with the things that are not perfect, because life will never be, 100%. Everything is just, maybe it will. I hope to experience that. But if the universe hears me. But if it's not, there's always going to be some things to take care of, or, maybe not everything is just a 10 out of 10. However, I can appreciate where I am, and I can say that I'm doing so much better than I was when I was heavily prioritizing art, so much so that I was draining myself, pouring everything that I could into it and not receiving anything back. Not because I'm not able to do that in the future, but because of the system of music and how predatory it is, and how even like some of the biggest stars still, we don't even know what their situation is, until we know. And then a lot of the time, it's not a good situation. Some people get very blessed and lucky and be protected from the moment they step in the door, so where they don't have to compromise everything. But all this to say, be thankful for who you are and where you are. Let's pull a card real quick. I'm going to try to make it quick and snappy. Okay, compliment yourself. Affirmation: I deserve to feel good about myself. Reminder: it begins with me. I need to love myself first before I expect others to. Absolutely. Practice: go to the nearest mirror and give yourself at least 3 compliments. Love that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Talking with Tati, you guys. I'm just trying to do it more from the heart. Follow me everywhere. Oh, your name is Tati. And also follow me at It's the Tati Show. It's the Tati Show on Instagram and on YouTube. Okay, and I will see you guys over there soon, because we're about to debut very, very soon. Okay, mwah. Besos, besos, besos. See you later.